Hello. All right, so we're gonna be doing a little debugging on the stream, trying to get some of our shaders working here. Let me show you what's going on. So, started working on some shaders for some of the kind of selectable tiles. Ran into some interesting issues where my game is crashing. I want to fix that. I think it has to do with, I'm not gonna pretend. I think what I need to do here, and I'm gonna try it real quick, is just delete these and add them back. Something got corrupted, not sure what. So I think that's our best bet, is just trying again. We'll see how this goes. Ultimately, today I'm working on finishing up grass shader and then working on some of the kind of particle shader issues. See if we can resolve this. For now, what we're going to do is I'm going to create some tiles here. I have an attack tile. I'm going to have a move tile. I'm going to have a hover tile. And I'm going to have a select tile. I'm not going to put any meshes on them right now. Like I said, I probably need to. I'll just put like a simple, can I paste still? Just put like a simple little box mesh like that in there. What I was running into is that my game wouldn't run for some reason with these. I can run it without them, but I tried applying some shaders and it did not like it. So gonna be doing some debugging, get this running again. I don't think it's possible it's the grass, but I've had it running with the grass shader pretty well. Hey Journey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm still kind of running into this weird issue even without them. So yeah, try to figure out this weird bug. Kind of interesting. Not really sure what's going on here. What I'm gonna do, I think, is I've tried deleting these. What I maybe could do is just rebuild from an existing tile set. Like if I do this, right, and I export this, did I change over to tile sets? I don't think I did. Okay, wait. This is my old version. Let me export this to a tile set and try again. That would prevent that fix from working. You can tell I've gone through a few iterations here trying to get this to work. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done. I did take the well, I didn't really take the shadows off. I made a small adjustment to the way the sun is casting lights. Yeah, it's still broken. I tried creating a shader for like my little nose today, and ran into some issues. So yeah, I left I still have the shadows. I adjusted kind of the way the shadows were rendered in my project settings to make them a little more smooth. It does take a little more resources, and this is something I think people probably could control if they wanted, but I did take from I guess I was soft low to soft high, which is slow, but it really hasn't been too bad, unless this is a problem based on that, but I've already tested that. And then what I did was changed on the sun, the angular distance, it was 0.05. I'll show you the difference here. It was 0.05, see all the shadows? Changed it to 5%, which really helped here. So I still have shadows from the buildings, they're a little softer, and I think it looks pretty good. In game, when it's rendering, it doesn't look nearly this choppy. Not sure why it's crashing, but we're gonna figure it out. Ultimately, I think I'm still having the same issue. It's very strange. I've tried deleting all of these. What I'll do real quick, I don't want to do this. I'll leave these, I guess. I may just have to kind of revert to an old version of my tiles, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, and rebuild the grass and rebuild these shaders. I think something got corrupted is my best guess here, which isn't fun, and maybe it's not satisfying and maybe it's not correct. But it went from working very well one moment to not working at all. I tried doing, yeah, so multi-mesh is an option, and that could be, oh, I didn't update my tile set. That could be a problem. However, I actually don't think the grass is too much of an issue. The way the grid map works is it automatically optimizes for in multi-meshes. So it's automatically creating multi-meshes. So everything you're seeing is already part of a multi-mesh, even though I'm not actually using a multi-mesh instance. Just in the background, Godot's automatically making it a multi-mesh. That was my original plan though, but grid map won't take multi-mesh because it's going to translate it into a multi-mesh. So let me export this into a mesh library. I don't think it has to do with the grass though. That's the thing, because it was running really well with the grass. I think it has to do with I think in working my shader, in my shaders, I either messed something up, corrupted some memory map or something, or something along those lines. This is it without. I mean, everything's gonna be messed up, but it works fine. Let me add the grass back in here. Everything's mixed up because of the order here. I don't know. I feel like I should, if I'm creating different meshes like this, they should be, like if I don't put anything in them, they shouldn't be corrupted unless, let me call them something different. Let me call it like attack tile and then move tile, hover tile, and select tile. I do think I made like a small mistake. I think something's preventing this. I don't think it's like too many resources that's required or anything. My GPU isn't like maxing out or anything like that. It's, if you look in the logic here, I'm never like even getting to the first state. Okay, now it did get to the first state. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I did get to the first state. Obviously, everything is all mixed up, but it's because there's no meshes on here. I'm gonna go ahead and create meshes. I think this is gonna break it. I'm just gonna create plain meshes, and I'll leave them as they are. I think this is gonna break it. What I might have to do is go to a working tile set. Like, I have some that work, right? I may have to revert back to that and go from there. I don't think anything else is really breaking necessarily, so yeah, I'm not sure what else I would do here. Okay, let me export this. And I'm just going to name it like 8. Okay, I have meshes now. We'll see what happens. I do have a bad feeling that this isn't going to work. We'll find out though. Everything should look okay. Let's see what happens. And it could be getting stuck somewhere else, right? Like, it's very possible that there's something completely unrelated that I accidentally changed. See, that's broken again. I have this error. Hard to see it. Invalid emission enabled on base null instance. I bet that's where it's breaking. Okay. I feel good about this. Let me undo a bunch of things here. I think it's actually in, so let me go back to the beginning maybe. Maybe not that far. Let's see, so set meshes. Let me set these materials. Let me just go forward. Let's see if I have materials in here. No. Okay, let me set materials real quick. Okay, I feel pretty good that that's the bug now. I wasn't getting that error. I didn't see it. But I have some code in here that automatically sets the sets emission to true. The problem is when you're using a shader, I can't set emission to true. So I think that what might be happening here is, like, if I turn these, for example, to a standard material, I bet it fixes the problem. Let's see. Actually, better yet, let's just fix the problem. I feel pretty confident. You know, we'll go out on a limb here. Let me grab my shader real quick. Let's see. I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. It's pretty simple right now. I'll show you how it works. I built it up during lunch today. It doesn't look great yet, so it needs a lot of tweaking. So you made it in time for all the tweaking. Okay, but at least there's something. Okay, so here's what I think's going on after some thought here. Okay, it's probably within world. I'm gonna look for emission right here. See this? I think this is my problem. I need to get rid of that. I guess I can comment it out. The problem is that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, that's not my. I'm used to coding in shaders now. Okay. Anything else for emission? No. Okay. Oh, you know what though? Now what I can do is just roll back to an older version that had everything I wanted, which is probably like my first update. Let's check. Okay, so essentially for the material, I was setting the emission enabled to true. When I'm using a shader or no material, that doesn't exist. So because it doesn't exist, I wasn't able to make it work. Okay, now I feel pretty good. Fingers crossed here. You know, I do feel pretty good about this. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. But it didn't break. Cool. Now let's mess with this shader. All right. Well, that was bothering me. Okay, cool. So, let's throw it in there real quick. I'm just going to throw, I guess I can look at in tiles. I do have to rebuild it. Let's go ahead and rebuild it here. Okay, so the first one is attack. And okay, so here's what's going on. Let me look at the shader here. And I'm gonna have to make a lot of edits. Thanks, I feel good about it. Okay, so shader editor. Okay, so here's what's going on in this shader. So I am not an expert shader maker, but here's what I was thinking. Okay, so essentially I take a vector and I multiply it by time, and I map that to a UV map, which is just gives me a two-dimensional map, and I can pan that, right? That gives me the two-dimensional map for the texture on here. And I pan that back and forth with some noise. And I can control, that allows me to kind of control the speed of the noise. So like I'll show you if I set this to 0.5, you can see the things kind of moving around now. I can make the particle size bigger or smaller. There's a very small range, honestly, that this works in. So I'll probably adjust that range here to like 0.35 to 0.4. That should be finer control. Yeah, okay. And then I can set the color. So this color is going to be red, deep red. All right, something like that. And the way I've built this, yeah, I don't think it looks good yet, so we're gonna have to mess with it quite a bit. Might have to try it on different meshes and things. But it's at least a start. Okay, then for move, I want kind of a darker blue. Okay. And then same thing here, probably like, we'll do 0.5. And then change this to like, something like that. And then hover, I'm gonna make like a kind of a lighter blue, maybe what it is. Again, 0.5, and something like that right there. And then select tile. We're gonna make this just white. I'm gonna try that for now. If I decide I want to change it later, I will. Okay. 0.5, and something like that. Okay. So now we can look at, oh, well, I got to export it. Sorry. It's not going to give us much of anything. I'm really surprised that that emission problem that we just solved, I'm really surprised didn't come up with like a bug, right? And my debugger was clean. The only reason I saw it was that I had an error up here, but like actual errors didn't even pop up. That's really surprising. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for those kinds of issues. Okay, so now I have this, and what I can do is I can export these. I obviously tried many times. I'm gonna delete all of these. Let me do that real quick. Okay. And then up here, these grass tiles, I'm gonna delete them as well. All right, now let's export. Cool. I'm just gonna save. Well, I'll create a new one. I have a feeling that if you do save over that, you get the old save settings, which is okay, but it can cause some issues. Essentially, I don't know where everything is, so it's hard to track. Okay, so I've exported that now. Let me go back to the world here. Copy in my new grass tiles is what we called it. I need to really do some organization of these files. They're a mess. Okay. There we go. Now let's change some of the, I need to translate them down. So one of the things is that it doesn't really like go to the bottom of this square, which let's see. So I'm going to go to 0, right? It kind of sits way above it. But that's easy enough. Minus 1.99. That should take it too far. Negative 1.5 maybe. Yeah. Something like that. And that kind of looks like this right now, which isn't good yet, but it's at least the right direction. So we have a little bit of work, but at least here we can look at it. We can tweak it. I'm kind of thinking that I'll have to put it like in a box mesh, right? Where it has some actual sides to it, or have it rotate. Having it rotate might look pretty good. I need something cleaner. I think the noise doesn't quite work. Like maybe a lot less noise would look good, but I think we can just mess around with it, see what works and what doesn't. And then navigation layer 2. Let me also go ahead and put the bridge and town road all on the right navigation layer. Okay, so let's give that a go and kind of look at this a little bit. So right now it's a plane. The problem with a plane is when I look at it from flat, I really don't get anywhere with it. Like I can't see it. Okay, it's coming up too high, so I can make it not come up so high. That looks completely ridiculous. That does not look good. It needs to move faster. Okay, so these are a couple quick notes. So quick things. Cool thing is I can just edit the shader here. Well, these are all controllable parameters. What I actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to, I think, replace some of these. Yeah, I have messed with the particle system, and that would work really well, except the particle system doesn't work with grid map. And I want to use grid map for this because I want this to be pretty customizable and be able to drop things in. And I like grid map at the moment. If I get further in here and it starts becoming like crutch, then I will switch to particles instead of shaders. Okay, a couple things I can do real quick. I guess I could just watch it here. Let's go to the vector. Clamp, so it's to 1. Let me create a constant here. Negative 0.5, probably like 0.5. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Not great. Yeah, probably a box. I'm gonna replace some of these too. Like right now there are parameters I can control. I don't think I actually want them to be parameters I can control. I think I just want them to be constants. It would be nice like if that's where I was editing them, but because I'm doing it for all of the things here, I don't think it actually helps that much. Okay, so like this. I think I do probably have more control this way. The particle system looks pretty good, but let me see. Let's like make this like a. What if I do this like a? Oh, that looks terrible. Cover your eyes real quick if you're. Okay. That's bad. 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 Okay. One thing I might also do. I need to stretch. Let's see. Like that does not look good. It's very robotic. I could multiply this. Let's see. So right now my sine wave. Let's see. So let's do like a. That's probably the right speed. Just multiplying it by like 1. But I need like another multiply, I think, and I need to do it after the sine wave, I think. So I would flatten out the sine wave. Something like this. And then create a constant. Yeah, you get some real silly stuff in here. Okay, and then like a 0.1. And then I can not clamp this, so I can clamp this down to let's see how this is moving. Let me speed this up quite a bit. Okay, so it's all short. Okay, that's not gonna work. At least there. Oh, I'm doing 0.1 as well. Okay, let's try like 0.5. Okay. Starting to look a little better. I mean, it doesn't look good obviously right now, but it's what I can probably do now. Yeah, I think that's the right kind of hover-ish area. Now let's mess with some of this stuff. Here, I can actually go into focus mode, which helps quite a bit. Okay, let me look at my other inputs here. Okay, so this is the speed at which things are moving. One thing I might do here is, what I probably could do is try to make this rotate in a circle. I think would probably look good. Like right now, it's definitely, you know, going in, let's see. Like right now, it's just kind of hovering, right? It might look better as a circle, like going in a circle instead of going up and down. I gotta think that one through. That would look pretty nice if it just kind of went in a circle, though. What does scaling look like? No. So that would have to be, I'd have to control the noise into a circle. I guess I could rotate, but I'd have to rotate it and then cut the edges off, which might be okay. I think I can get rid of this actually at this point. Maybe I can't. Let's not do round even though, just normalize. That'll look good. Okay. About saturate. Okay, so it's a gradient that way. Normalize may be pretty good. I just might have to on this. Let's see, I might have to increase this. But make this like 0.4. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, the noise is random, but I wonder. You're right. It doesn't really look random. Yeah, I could maybe mask part of it. That's what I'm doing here. Actually, is cutting out some of the alpha, making part of it transparent. Yeah, I wonder if there's. That doesn't look too terrible. If it had a little thickness. Let's see. Let's do more. Let's cut more out. Maybe make it. Let's see. That's too much. And yeah, let me mess with the noise here, actually. It's like this noise here. Let's play with it a little bit. If I can get it to pull up. I'm not sure why it's not pulling up over here. Oh, it is. This is it. It's just right here. Okay, let's see. Maybe like bigger cells. Maybe not. Maybe I should be doing a box. See, and in different angles, you like can't really see it. You know what might look kind of decent? It might look kind of decent if... Yeah, I think your processes are right on, actually. I think you've got it. This might look kind of good if I just add some opacity, right? Or like some opacity, I guess. Let's see. So if I just add a vector 3, would I do a vector 3 to this? Maybe. Let's see. Is that right? So this is a color. And then let me just make a constant vector 3. Let's see what I got. Is there a constant? Okay. Let's see. Oh man, I bet it's that. It's if I go 0.399, I bet it disappears. Nope. I was thinking maybe it had to do with the alpha here. Okay, that gives it a little more. I kind of want like a box, right? I'm thinking maybe like if you had like a light glow on the ground and then this floated on top of that glow. So essentially you'd have the cell would glow and then this would kind of go up and down. It might be challenging just because, well, I'd have to make probably a custom thing in Godot with a UV map, right? And I'd have to edit only the top portion of that, which may be okay. Let's see. Let's actually, you know what? Let's replace this with a box. I'll do it in here just for simplicity's sake and copy it over. So on attack, let's replace this with a box mesh. That box looks pretty good in the grass, I'd say. Okay. So something like that. For the material, I'm going to add that shader back. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe if you had particles that kind of spun in a circle around the base, maybe that would look pretty good. Let's do something like that. Okay. Make it red. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, like a spiral of some kind. I need to think about how to do that, but that might help here. Okay. For now, let's not saturate. I guess normalize is fine. Let's see. Make this something I can see a little more. Not quite like that. I think it's coming up too high, which I can modify here. Yeah, I think that's not bad. What if we spun it faster? So like instead of 0.1.1, we did like 0.2. Maybe even faster. All right, that's not terrible. I don't think it's great yet, right? I mean, it's not like really what I'm looking for yet, I don't think. Let's look at, well, yeah, let's look at some of these other ones. They should all kind of look the same at this point. Well, I need to replace the meshes with a box mesh. I do think a box mesh is the way to go. It's not great yet. I'm not gonna say I'm like sold that I like where this is at, but it's not bad. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm kind of, I kind of almost want to like go up in a spiral. I wonder if like, instead of a box, what if I did like some kind of cone? I'll try that next. First, let me try this and see what it looks like. Kind of like a tornado, like on each, but I kind of want it to go at the edges. Okay. I'm not sure which one I have to select. Oh, the hover. Have I not done hover yet? That's hover. Yeah, it's done. I'm not sure why it's looking like that. It definitely looks, there we go. All right. Okay, so let me, that's not terrible. It's not great. Let me clamp it a little bit lower, like 0.3. Is that right? Nope, 0.25. Okay. And then actually this needs to go a little higher. Oops, negative 0.4. Is that right? Oh no, it can, I'm sorry, no, that's not right. It does need to go like to negative 0.5, maybe even lower, negative 0.7. And then it needs to go a little lower than this, like 0.15 maybe. I'm kind of trying to keep it on the groundish. And then I need it to multiply this by like 0.1 maybe. Point 2. Okay, that kind of floats there. That's not fantastic. Let's see what it looks like in game. It's going to look different when the camera's on it because some of these images, like some of the stuff's not really going to show up. So let's look at it. If it was shorter, like maybe that wouldn't look terrible. Like that one up there looks kind of cool. You know, I'm kind of lying to myself. I'm not a fan, really. It's really hard to see. And then what does attack look like? I agree. Yeah, bigger particles might be good. That's a good point. Let's try that. I may be able to have this running while I edit them. Let's check. And then, yeah, I might see if I can blur, like fade the edges where it's not as blocky. And that might be really helpful. Okay, first let's look at this. The noise is a little too cohesive. I wonder if I can. Mess with this a little bit here. Oh, it's getting dark. Okay, there we go. That's it. I mean, honestly, it's I was joking at first, but it kind of looks cool. I mean, not with where it's at, but like could be kind of cool. I need the sun to come back up so I can look at this. Let's see. Let's change the time scale. Oops. Yeah, it's probably still a little too geometric. Yeah, I can. It does. Yeah, it looks kind of sci-fi. If this is a sci-fi game, that would be sweet. Yeah, there are absolutely other textures I could try as well. So instead of a noise, yeah, I could probably use some sort of mesh. Let's look at what we got. So I could just do like a texture. I could do like a mesh texture, but I'm not sure. I could just try a gradient also. Let's see. I don't think a gradient's gonna work quite as well. In fact, I actually don't know if it's updating entirely here. I guess I can check by doing something like this. Yeah, I don't think it's updating. It might not. I might not be able to change textures because textures load when you load it. But yeah, instead of the noise, we might be able to do something. I guess I could watch it here. Huh. I mean, definitely not. I don't think this works. I could try to. Let's see. I'm kind of thinking that might be a good idea to mess with. I do think noise might be the right way if I can get it to look a little more random. I'm with you. I don't think it looked very random. And so yeah, maybe I could find some other sort of texture online, or make one. Kind of looks like a cow. I'm trying to think. So there's got to be a. Yeah, I think. Let me try instead of. Let me undo some of this stuff here. Let's go back to like this, but instead of a cube, what if we try a different shape? Because it may be that it's just so blocky looking, right? That maybe a different shape would work well. So instead of a cube here, what if we did do? Let's see. I do a cone. Cylinder. Okay, yeah, I can do a cone. Something like that, maybe. And then for the material, add my shader to it. Like little tornado. I think there could be. That's not too terrible. What else do I have? Let's see. So height. That's centered. Yeah, it is centered. Yeah, I like the increased height as well. But when it gets closer to the top, it should fade out. I'm thinking as it gets close to the top, it kind of fades, right? Like you were saying. And that could work. So now I got to think about how to code that. It's going to be a fragment shader. It's probably going to be part of this UV map. Let me think real quick. Okay. So essentially here, As it gets closer to the top here, which is going to be, this might be a little challenging, but we'll figure it out. I do think that looks pretty decent though. And you could have the different colors. Yeah, I do need it for sure. Let's start with that because I definitely need a gradient. I need texture 2D parameter. I guess not a parameter. Let's do a texture 2D constant because I don't want to select it. Texture 2D. We're going to add a gradient. I'm going to make the gradient from like that. You're getting it right. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so then what I need to do, let me think this through real quick. What I could possibly do is take this through here and take this into the UV. I don't think this is quite going to work. I mean, it kind of looks cool. It's not really what I was going for, but but kind of cool, right? If that faded out to the top, that's cool. That was an accident. Okay, but I like it. Okay. I think this is where I would do this, right? And maybe I would just have... Yeah. Let me look at some of these here. Okay, so the UV map's kind of weird, I'm noticing. Okay, so let me go to round down. Okay, so the UV map you can see right here, the bottom half of the UV map, this is where the UV map is. The bottom half... Yeah, I agree. The bottom half of the UV map is this top and bottom, and that's that. So I think what I can do here is do this, and then happy little accents, just a little bush right there. Then I can take the inverse of this. I don't think it's quite the inverse like this. Like I don't think I can just take do an inverse transform. I think it's a vector function. I can look at it here. So if I do inverse, is there an inverse here? Oh, 1 minus, duh. Oh, interesting. Huh. It's not gonna quite work, I don't think. I don't know why the colors are like that, but I think that's actually what I'm looking for. That gets rid of the top and bottom, which is good. I think the top and bottom being open is good. And then I want a gradient on that. So then let me grab another vector function. And let's look for, maybe it's saturate. Probably not saturate. Not reciprocal. I mean, that looks pretty decent too. Not what I'm going for. Maybe what I can do instead of this is, yeah, maybe I just multiply it by a gradient. Do I still have that gradient up there? No. So then I can take this. Maybe I do. Do I still have it? Oh, it's up there. I'll just duplicate that. Sorry, it's probably pretty small on your screen, but all right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can. Let's see here. So maybe multiplying is not the right. function here because like multiplying all by white's not quite working. Let's see, or maybe, yeah. I do think it's getting closer a little bit here. Ah, the top's back. Okay. Let me go back to this. Okay, so it would be backwards. Actually, what I think it would be is like this. I'm trying to remember where the UV, so the UV map from there on turns black. So then I would take this, make this black, and I think I can just do something like that. Let's see. Let me get rid of this real quick. Oh, you know what? I'm just running through it. I need to be multiplying by it. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let me do a multiply node. Okay, multiply vector 2's. Interesting. Okay. So just have the bottom. Does it fade? It kind of fades, yeah. So now what I need to do is adjust this. Ah. Oh, the square ones are kind of cool now too. Okay. So let's see. That's not too bad. Maybe I can weight this a little higher. Let's see. I need to like continuously spin. It's probably the noise. What if I got rid of the noise? I think I probably need the noise. We'll find out. Interesting. Okay, so I see what's happening. Let me go around this. Okay, it's not fading very well. But I think that's because I don't have very long on this normal map. Maybe it needs to be taller then. Let's see. I don't really like that the 1- does that. Let's see. Just normalize it for now. Okay, so that's what I should be seeing. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm basically just saturating it. Okay, because it's all black here. So yeah, I need to... Let's see. So I've got the whole map there. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong... Well, I am looking at the right portion. It's just, it's all black and I'm getting the wrong side. And then I'm multiplying by this, which is just flipping that. So I need to flip this, which I think is 1-, right? 1- should flip it, but it just looks weird. What I would expect is that 1- would be reciprocal? No. I expected 1- just to flip it. It just obviously didn't. Maybe instead of a vector function, maybe I just throw a 1- in there. Which I think gives me the exact same thing. So I don't have high hopes for this. Actually, you know what? What if I just do the green? There we go. Which looks almost exactly the same. But I'm essentially just taking out the X value of the map. So, okay, so that's close. I'd have to code it in to follow a path or a curve. I think here, like I would just have to create a path or curve, because like the shader is calculating every pixel. So everything I'm doing here is one pixel comes in, and based on the vertex value of that pixel, like where the pixel is in space and where it's at in the UV, it does something different. So yeah, there's probably a way. I'd have to really think about it, I think. That's not bad, but it's so I think here I'm taking, what if I multiply these, right? So I think right now what I'm doing here is taking what we looked at, right, and just combining them. Let's try multiplying these textures together instead. So I think I don't want this moving. I want the noise moving. I don't want the gradient moving. So I wonder what that looks like also. Not a whole lot different. Okay. So let's multiply. These are 2D vectors. All right. One from there. One from there. And one from there. It doesn't really look that different, I'd say. What if I added them? That's not bad. Something like that could be kind of cool. I kind of liked the spinning bars though. But actually, if that was shorter, just by a little bit, let's look at what that looks like. So if I come here, modify this vector here, I shortened it something like that. Okay. That's not terrible. Here's my box version, what that would look like. Let's look real quick. I'm gonna change these to cones. Let's see, I'll just copy this actually. I definitely think I want the cones, right? I think the cones is way better than the boxes. All right. And then for attack, let's make it red. That looks pretty decent. Okay, let's just take a quick look at what this looks like with kind of everything together in the world. Like, that's not too terrible. Red's not correct. It shouldn't be red. I think I forgot to make them unique. Now everything's gonna be red. I don't like that, right? I don't like that all the selections pop up there as circles like that. Okay, gotta think through that one. And then attack, it kind of looks like, yeah, just not quite what I'm looking for, I don't think. Maybe I need to add the tops back on. Let's go back to the drawing board. I also need to go make these unique. So making them unique allows me to go modify the values here of the shader independently without having to kind of create a bunch of new ones. So now the move one is blue. This one should, it's not red. Okay, let me make the material unique. Let's try that. So now I should be able to change this to red. That one should be attack, so I think that one's actually correct. to change. But now I should be able to change this one. Yeah, that one stays blue. Make this unique. Let me make that unique. This one's now unique. Let me go ahead and change it to like a lighter blue. Okay. And then make this one unique. And this is select. Make this one white. Okay. All right. Now I think I'm going to put the top back on here. Let me grab one of each. Okay, there's a hover. There's a move. There's a select. I guess let's look at it real quick with the right colors in there. I don't think it's right because I think it needs like something filling the square, right? And maybe it does need like a base. Yeah, I could maybe do that. Like, so shrink the bottom of the cone to just make a circle around the character. Could possibly do that. That could look good. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't terrible, but it's not good either. Maybe I should make the select white, actually. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, let me make... So right now, hover... Is hover white? Or select is white? I need to make hover white, I think. And I would make select... like lighter blue. Yeah, let me try that. So bring in... All right, so let me bring that in then. Essentially for the bottom radius, really the height, I would just bring it. Ooh, flat might not be bad. It's kind of like a spinning disc. Let's go check. Yeah, I agree. I like this the most too so far. Let me change this to like 0.1. This flat. 0.2. 0.3. Okay, I'm losing some of the spin, I think. Maybe like maybe a little bit taller than that. Or maybe just the disc. I don't think the disc is really great. It's definitely not going to be good for selection. What about another shape? Maybe I shouldn't limit it. I do think the cone is the best shape. Cone is high tier. Okay, so something like this, I think maybe. I could always change like the tip of the... Let's see. I can't always change like the tip of the cone to be a little bit more visible, like more noise on it. I think that would look good. Let's see here. Where are my settings? Settings are 1.5, 0.51. All right. All right, and then the last one down here. And then I think, so that's not terrible. I kind of want the, I kind of liked when the gradient like flowed up. So I'm probably going to take that back to be more like that. Like instead of multiplying, because I don't think multiplying really worked here. Let's see. What if I change the order of this? Okay. It's not awful. Oops. Okay. Let's modify this gradient. Man, I don't like for some... Okay, oh, you know what? That's what's going on there. Okay. That's a little bit better. I do need to pull the tops in probably a little bit. And then let me see if I need to mess with... What if these spun faster? Oops. I zoomed way out. I don't know what's going on. They look like they're... Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let me see if I can... I wonder if I should make this like, instead of black on the end, make it like gray. So it doesn't quite fade all the way out. Something like that. Let me see if I want to put the top back on it. Let's see what this looks like. I guess don't delete anything yet, just bypass it. Interesting. What's going on here? Okay, let me pull just the green. Okay. It's because how we're multiplying here. So now I just got... Okay, let's undo that. Now I just got the top, but I do need that. Very good. Welcome back. Did you find some good food? What'd you get? Yeah, I don't think the top really is necessary. Wonder if I should do two, right? What if I had two cones on the inside, or like a custom shape? Two cylinders, like an inset cylinder. Okay, let's pull. That's not awful. Oh, Jello. That's good. That sounds good. I like Jello. Okay, let's see. Let me go modify the top radius down to like 1. And maybe the bottom, that's fine. I do think we're getting a lot closer. I like the circle, I like the round. It might need to be taller. Let's make the height back like something big, like 5. That's pretty good. It's bright, but it's pretty good. And then what I can do is go back here, modify this. Like that, and then take this in. Potentially something like that. Let's take a look. I don't think it's quite there. What if it grew, right? Like kind of started in the middle and then kind of faded its way out more. Yeah, that's. I don't like that it covers up the entire character for sure. It looks really messy. I'm thinking kind of like a Super Saiyan aura, right? All right, let's see. It needs to be a little bit more opaque, I think. And that I probably need to slow down these right here. Let's see. So let me pull in the base, yeah, down to the player, like you were saying, a little further. So like we'll do like 0.25. Maybe even smaller. Something like that. I might have to pull up a reference image of Goku or something. I don't like the squares are the same. Like, I think the selection isn't, I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. I think the squares probably needs to be something different. Maybe those do need to be the, some kind of something different. But yeah, let's look at some reference images here and let's see what we can do. Cause yeah, like some kind of basically like, okay, so let me find, let's see here. Let's find a good reference image. Right here, right? So it goes more up. I could try. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Goku. I agree. Could try going more up than around. Maybe a little more opaque. I mean, obviously I'm not making a Super Saiyan, but their auras look good, obviously. That's kind of what I'm going for. I do think, I am kind of thinking now that we're kind of thinking through it and kind of looking at it, the like attack and move select cells probably need to stay boxes. I think the circles just aren't really working, or planes of some kind. I might go ahead and make them a box and then kind of go from there. Which I guess that really, I don't think it'd be too bad either. It's not good. We'll just do that for now. And I'll come back to them. But I do think they either need to be boxes or maybe even just planes. See, I don't think that's going to quite work all that well. So they probably do need to be boxes. Oops. All right, we're just gonna do that for now, and then I'll come back and see if I can see if we can figure it out. First, we'll get the kind of character select one looking good, and who knows? After we get the character select one looking good, I might end up changing it back anyway. So let's just leave it as a cylinder for now. We might end up with something that looks really good. Okay. Let's see. You know, if it was rotating. Yeah, I mean, so Tom's Tactics is pixel art, so it's a little different. But yeah, it uses rotating boxes. Similar to how I had it originally, right? Where it just kind of highlights the cell. That's it. It's pretty simple. Here, look, I'll show you. So you see how the cell just highlights blue? That's how it does it, which is fine. I mean, it works for pixel art. And it looked good whenever I had it, right? On the other thing. But whenever I start adding 3D in, it's less good. Okay. But it might look good if it was square and kind of rotating. I'll make one a box, right? We'll make one a box. Oh, let me plug this in real quick. Yeah, we'll make one a box and see if we can do that. And then for the attack select, it's same thing. It's just it's red. Let's just do this for now, though. It is spinning. It will make it taller. Which maybe wouldn't be awful. Maybe paired with the selector that's not. Maybe it'll look a little better. The only problem is like my selector is gonna be round. So when I highlight it, it'll go away. That'll be unfortunate. Okay. That looks pretty. Let's go back to my shader. Let's kind of mess with some stuff here. So what do I need? First, let me fade out more, I think. I think I just said more opaque, but let's see. If I do have it more opaque, I think I would want it shorter. I'm kind of thinking the ground needs to glow as well, which means I need to create a custom object. Let's go into Blender real quick. Because, yeah, we could do like the ground glows, right? And it glows the color very vibrantly. And then on top of that, you have the particle effects. Let's make a new general. Okay. So Shift A was your secret for that. Yep. Plane. Okay. I think it's already a 2x2, which is great. And then let's add a cylinder cone, I guess. Let's flip the cone 180 degrees. Okay. I think that's really it. I could cut the bottom off, but I don't think it's that important. So let's just try that. Keep it simple, right? This is going to be aura glow. Oh, I can't do that. We'll call it glow. That's fine. Okay. Let's go into here. Did I save it? All right. Oh, I need to export it. Export it as a GLTF. All right. Go up to my art folder. Art, world, glow. That should make the ground glow around them a little cleaner, which I think will work well. So let's go now and look at my select one here. We're gonna grab glow. Let's instantiate it. Open anyway. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's go back. I forgot to join them. I do like how quickly you can do things in Blender, though. That's nice. All right. Take two. Let's see what happens. All right. I was expected to do something and it never does. Instantiate it. Open anyway. I'm going to grab this. Just copy it. Go back to world. Go back to my tile here. Paste. That is not at all what I'm looking for. Okay, one more issue. Something that I did. Okay, I did not apply all the transforms. So what is it? Control A, all transforms. Take 3. I'm not sure I understand that feature, but I'm sure if you're using Godot better than I am, it's probably useful. All right, now this looks good. Okay, copy that. Back into here. I can delete that now. Paste that in there. Okay. So that's decent. I do want to lower it. So I would lower this by 1. Oh, I already have it lowered by 1.5. Maybe I need to lower it by 2 now. Yep. And then I would apply my material to it. Clear. Apply hover 2. And then what I can do now, let's see, let's make it go up a little bit, like 1.5, 1 point. Okay, I also need to edit the UV map. Okay, so let's go UV editing here. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. GY0 or -1. Okay. All of these except that. Okay, maybe this is fine. Rotate. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out. I want this to be rotated. No, I don't want those. Okay. Rotate it. Why? Interesting. X. Y, Z. Interesting, okay. L for individual islands. I see, that does help. Awesome, thank you. Interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at the outside. This is interesting. Basically, I want this center point to be at the bottom and everything else to be at the top. So let's see, L, and then unclick this, and then G. Pull that up here for now. I want this here to be at 0. I guess negative. I guess I'll just move it. I'm gonna move it a little bit off so I can play with it a little bit. L, unclick this. I want these to all to align. That's not how you do it. L, unclick this. G, maybe there's like a shift G. Control, nope. Let's see. I don't want to scale it. Just want them all to align. Let's see if there's I'm just gonna Google it real quick. How to align points in a UV map blender. Let's see. UV sub tab in the toolbox on the left pane. Expand the align tools. Align. Straighten X. Well, that did not straighten X, but now I can do this. Okay. Let's try it again. Align. Okay. Align. Not sure it's doing anything here. Okay. Oh, align horizontally. Duh. Okay, there we go. So then I could take this. I'm gonna put it like here. This one I'm gonna go ahead and just put up at the top, out of the way. Actually, yeah. I'll just put it up at the top, out of the way. Then I can get rid of it. Okay, so now I've got my UV map better. Now let's export this. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay. Copy. That should be updated now. And then go back to world here. And paste that mesh in there. Okay. And then clear the material. Let's put my hover material in there. Okay, we're close. Now I don't need this anymore. Okay. Now I want to edit this. Oh man, unfortunately, it looks like for some reason that's strange. I must be looking at the X direction here. So what I'm seeing, what I'm talking about here is the plane. Even though I updated the UV map to what I thought should be, the base should be editable, right, with the bottom. It's for some reason matching right there. So it's not alone here. I guess something like that's not too terrible. That's not quite what I was looking for, though. Interesting. Okay, so I've definitely got my UV map messed up. Maybe it's upside down. The cone part is absolutely right next to the plane part. It shouldn't be, right? So let me see what's going on there. Okay. It's possible I missed a step here. The UV editing. So I think this is how this works. Is I have this. Did I forget to apply something? Let's see if I have to apply. Do I need to unwrap it? No, I don't want to unwrap it. Let's see. Do I have to apply UV changes in Blender? Yes. You need to apply them, but I don't think it knows what I'm asking it. Okay, so let's see. So ultimately, I think this is correct. I may have to get a little smarter in terms of what this looks like, because obviously this is backwards. But I guess I could do is just move this down And I could move this up. I wouldn't think that would work, but I mean, if you flip it, it probably works. So we can give that a shot. Glow. Go to Godot. Reload. Copy. I definitely still have a lot to learn in the world of Blender. All right, let's try this. I'm probably gonna finish up here pretty quickly. Hopefully I can finish this first. That's the goal here. But it is getting pretty late. Okay. Let's see now. The plate looks good now. Okay. I'm also kind of thinking here that the plate should stay still and everything else should move. And I think for that, I could probably look at my grass and see how we did that and do something very similar. So if you look at the grass, right, in the movement part of that, which is here. Let me go to the vertex shader. It is here. I did 1 minus the UV, and then I multiplied that by this before I made changes. Oh man. I always have this shader pop up. Huh. This time it's not wanting to go away. Interesting. There we go. Save real quick. Okay. Like, but ultimately, it doesn't look too bad. I do want the shader, the bottom to stay still. So let's do that real quick. And then the top will kind of stretch. So vertex shader, I do need a gradient. Let me just take the gradient from the grass real quick. Oh, it's just 1 minus, okay. So I take my UV. Take my UV map. And then I do 1 minus. Okay. And I think I just multiply that right before I change the, except for the add up there. Okay, so right before I add it to the vertex, I multiply that. So if I go here, right before I do this, I just need to multiply. And I'll multiply it by the vector. That's a multiply add, which I guess would work as well, but that's okay. All right, multiply. So essentially, this is what this looks like. Oh, that's bad. Glad we looked at it first. It should look like that. Okay. And then from there, I can so you see now that bottom stays still. Is the top moving? Not sure, but I can't have it move further now, I think. Huh. Okay. Actually, this is good. So 0.1 is probably right, but I can, well, maybe. All right. 0.5 is probably good there. I do probably need this to be a wider cone. It's unfortunate because I already combined them. Oh, which I guess is still okay. Let's redo everything I just did. Make sure my UV editing still looks good. Okay. Oh, I guess that technically it's backwards. Because I had to redo this. I'll do that real quick again. Just this. Okay, which I'm not sure why that works like that, but that's okay. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I need to make this bigger. So layout, let's see. Is it modeling? Scale? Something like that. Let's do some loop cuts. Is that Shift L? Control Shift L? Let's see. It's okay. Let's just try pulling that out a bit like this because it's going to be kind of transparent anyway. So if it goes, it's probably okay if it goes out a little bit of the box. I kind of want, let's see. I guess I could pull this down. I bet that's what's going on in terms of, okay, I think I see what's happening here. Okay, so Z. Not sure why I can't make it taller. Okay, there's a loop cut that I can absolutely do. Let me get to what the hotkey is for that. Loop cut's Control R. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see, what is that? Select a ring to be cut. Just one. Perfect. So now what I can do is I can select those vertices. Can I press Control plus? No, it just zooms in. Let's see. Let's do this actually. Undo that. Control R. Appreciate it. Let's go. Two cuts. And then, oh, you know what? I think it only selected on that one vertice, which is kind of strange. I want on all of them. Control R. I want to apply to the whole thing. Let's see. Loop cut across all lines. Control R, move the cursor where you want to add the new loop, place the cursor over the edge. That might not work. I need to be like in edge mode. Try X-ray mode. Overlapping squares and to the right. Overlapping squares and top right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do though is like I have this one loop cut, right? I really want vertices across everything. This is really helpful though, thank you. So like all of these, all of these I want loop cuts on, but for some reason, it's only doing loop cut on one line at a time. So I want loop cuts on all the lines, like multiple selected edges here. I'm sure there's a super easy way to do it. Maybe it's not that important, but what I was going to try to do is is pull the middle out a little bit. Go to edges at the top by edge mode. Blue highlight is currently vertex. Let's see. Next one's over is edge. Okay. Overlays, gizmos. You have to tell me if I'm getting hot or cold here. I think I know what you're saying. I just don't know where to look for it. Okay, so vertex, edge. So yeah, I see the vertex and edge here. Let's see. Now loop cut and slide. Nope. Top left corner, edit mode. Yep. So you're saying that's select mode, edge. Okay. Okay, I see. So maybe that gets me. Oops. Control R. There's a box with a white dot. Okay, not vertex paint, definitely edit mode. So that selects the edge. Cool. But yeah, not quite getting the loop cut I need here. I mean, it's doing the edges, which is good. But I do need dots. I just need all of the dots. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not do this right now. I'm going to just extend it like this and then go back to my UV editing. That still looks good, so I'm going to export this. I think that's gonna look close enough for now. At least give us an idea of what this looks like. Okay. That's exported. Go to glow. Cause I mean that's looking pretty good. But yeah, now my cone is bigger. And bigger cone is better here. Cause I think it's gonna look just a little bit cleaner. Okay. Paste. And then clear that material. Pull this material in. See, something like that. You see how the base mesh kind of stays still, but this kind of moves. Okay, let me unclamp this. I actually might not need to clamp it now. Like that looks pretty decent. Let's see. I can mess with some numbers here. Not sure what's better, faster or slower here. Something like that I think looks pretty good. And then I need to lower this. So I might have to, so negative 1.99. Oops. Negative 1.99. And then, dang, I might need to stretch that cone a little more. Let's see if I have a little bit more in the gradient that I can get. Let's see. Nope, not quite. So I might need to make that cone a little taller. Okay. We'll get this one day. So let's see. So let's grab those vertices here. I need to be in modeling. Grab these. Should be able to. Can I stretch them tall? No. Okay, I can't do that though. Okay, let's make them a little taller here, like this. And then I'm gonna take the bottom and make it taller, which looks really stupid here, but I think it's gonna look good once we get it in there. Let me look at the UV map. Still looks good. Export. Let's try this again. Reload it. Take my tall cone. Copy it. Map. And paste. And then clear. Do I need a taller cone? Okay, what I can do, I think, is do something like this. And then to go back to my fragment shader and 0.3. Was it 0.4? Oh, that just changes. Okay, that's going to just change the height. Which maybe is good. So let's go like 0.3 here. And then I can pull. I'll make this more gray. And then another one here that's black. Or maybe gray. Yeah, it's not really fading is the problem. It's just like disappearing. I really need it to fade. Okay, let's undo that. I kind of lost the fade here. Why isn't that fading very well? I think it might be, well. I think it should be. Okay, I might have my. I wonder if the gradient here is different than I'm thinking. No, I don't think so. Okay, well I can do that. Wonder if I should just get rid of these here. Do something like that. I think it's got a top now. Maybe not. Maybe that's just the... it doesn't. Okay. Let's change this to black so that it will fade all the way out, and then pull. Can I pull that down? Okay. Nope. I do want gray. It's so wild to me that it's fading out so quickly. I think the UV map, there's a very, very tiny spot that this is on there. So I think I have to change it a little bit more extremely. Okay, let's do this. Because it was actually looking pretty decent like this. I will have to modify it to be a little softer up top. But I think I can figure that out. But at least now, the ground highlights, which I like. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to apply this to kind of each of these. Let's just go ahead and copy it with everything applied. So all I have to do is change the color. Okay. Okay. All right, and then on this one, make this unique. It's probably the last thing I try here. Okay. This is move. Sorry we didn't get to music today. I definitely got lost in shader world. I may play music for a few minutes here. Not long. We'll just mess with it for a second though. Let's see. This is hover. I'm gonna make hover white. Oops. Yeah, I'll jump into Ableton here in a second and go ahead and play a little bit of something. Okay, so there we go. So let's see what this looks like. I don't have high hopes. We'll have to mess with it some more. But I think we're kind of getting close to the right path. I could definitely see this being like a, yeah, a little too much here. Wow. I think the right idea, it's obviously way too much, right? But I do think it's kind of the right idea. Let me do this real quick. Let me pull on the shader and let me just pull this down. I think there's gonna be a lot of tweaking. An angle might not be too bad either, actually. Well, maybe if it was random. Okay. Maybe it is good to do something like that, and then let's just take that to black. See, I don't understand. It's like right at the very, very edge. Interesting. Yeah, I think my UV map's all messed up and that's the problem. Maybe something like that. I don't know why those ones, oh, those ones are so much taller because I haven't set those as, haven't set those to the floor. Let's go do that. That will make them look all a lot better. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Definitely better. I mean, it's not quite, maybe there's just too many particles. And maybe they're moving too fast. It needs to be like, it needs to be like something a little bit lighter, I think. Let's see here. Maybe they're moving too fast. Let's pull this down to like 0.1. And let's reduce the number of particles quite a bit. Okay, is this the, let's see. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Oh, interesting. Look at that. That's fun. I forgot I was adding this. That's probably also changing some things on it. Let's see. I'm gonna leave that off and let's see where I should have kind of an input here to increase the number of particles. Maybe it's just the texture here. Size of the particles. Yeah, I understand. I completely understood you. That's all good. Yeah, it is getting late. So yeah, maybe we can do music next time. I am obsessing right now over this. I don't think that matters here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe just let's go back to the vertex shader here. Maybe not vertex. I think that one looks good. Like going up and down, that looks good. I think it's here. I think I just need fewer, like less dense particles. What if, real quick in here, to make this simple, what if I just made it slightly transparent? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's just too opaque. So if I go here to this mesh, I go here. Does that actually do anything? Nope, just changes the color. Yeah, it's just changing the color. Interesting. Okay, oops. All right, so. Yeah, maybe I will just lower it here. Maybe like 0.25. 0.225. 0.21. Am I going up? I'm going up. 0.275. Let's see what something like that looks like. Just kind of floating in the grass, right? Like just particles floating in the grass. Yeah, maybe I should be going slower. Fewer particles. Yeah, like that's decent, all right? That's not terrible. I mean, it's not like great, but it's not bad. I think we're getting there. It's a lot more subtle, which I think helps. I wonder if I could tint the grass. I think that would help and would look good. Let's see, and then attack. Yeah, we'll keep working on it. I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. But I do think, yeah, I think it needs to be more subtle. I do like just highlighting the base here, but I kind of wish the grass, I may have to just change the shader of the grass. I was trying to avoid doing that, right? Because to do that, I've got to go take like the world map and say, hey, if you have something selected, pass that value to the shader, and then the shader do something. And it's gonna get really complicated, but yeah, maybe there's an easier way to do it. Where it can like look at its base color and do something with it. But this isn't bad. Like let's see what it looks like up on. I can't go up there. Oh, because I haven't set. Okay, but I can't set there. Like obviously, I'll get rid of the cone. I think it's got to be a little more transparent. I think that's part of the problem. Anyway, we'll mess with it later. It's getting really late, and I think I've run out of useful hours. But hey, it's all right. Thanks for hanging out, though, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Hoping to stream again. Probably not tomorrow. Likely this weekend, though. So, all right. Thanks, appreciate it. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Next time we'll be in Ableton a little more, I think. I'll take a little break from the shaders and maybe do a little longer stream than Ableton to work through some of the OST to make up for missing that tonight. And talk soon. Good night.